Hello, boys and girls. Mrs. Johnston Beck, and we are going to apply what we have learned in our story. So, once again, Mrs. Johnston has our timeline. And remember that the stories or read alouds that we have been listening to and hearing are based on events from a long time ago. I have numbers up on the board, and these numbers represent years in history. A timeline shows dates within a certain period of time that mark important events. So, this is the year 2000. We go back to the year 1900, back again to the year 1800. 1700, 1600, 1500, and 1400. We put a couple of important dates on our timeline. Let's review those dates from our previous read aloud that we have put on our timeline. So, we know that in 1492, Columbus sailed to the Americas, to North and South America. Now remember, he didn't realize that he was coming to the Americas. He thought that he was headed to the Indies in Asia. And then we heard about another set of explorers, and those explorers came to the Americas in 1607. 1607. And they came to a place called and started a place called Jamestown. In today's story, the Pilgrims came over on the Mayflower in the year 1620. So we're going to add a new plot on our timeline, 1620. So now we have three plots on our timeline of numbers. When Columbus sailed, when the next set of explorers sailed and came over in 1607 and created the colony of Jamestown. And now we have the Pilgrims in 1620 who created Plymouth Colony in the town or state of Massachusetts. Next, we are going to draw a picture of what we learned about our story today. So I am going to start out with drawing a ship. What was the name of the ship that the Pilgrims traveled on? That is correct. The name of the ship that the Pilgrims traveled on was called the Mayflower, and I'm labeling my ship. It was the Mayflower. Was the Mayflower a passenger ship or a cargo ship? That is correct. It was a cargo ship. It was meant to carry goods, not people. When they came and landed along shore, what did they see in the harbor? That's right, a giant rock that they thought would be a good way to get off of the ship and onto the land. They ran into a giant rock. So I'm going to label this rock. Once they were at their colony. They called it Plymouth Rock, and they had to build log houses. And you could add those log houses to our to your drawing. Mrs. Johnston has chose just to draw the ship and the rock to represent. Some other things that happened from our story today was that they met two Native Americans from the Wampanoag tribe called Samoset and Squanto. The Wampanoag told the Pilgrims that they could share their land if they would take care of it. The Wampanoag helped the Pilgrims to survive. I look forward to seeing your drawing and hearing you tell Mrs. Johnston what you remember from today's